Welcome to the Anecdote.
As you can tell from many of the videos I shoot, I spend some time in the gym, about an hour to 2 hours of my day, 4 days a week. And I get to interact with different kinds of people, different demographics, people, different interests and such forth, different hobbies, different lifestyles. But however, with this being said, there is always the common denominator, the recurring theme or the motif within these people's lives. But it is that struggle with monogamy and infidelity and such forth. You're probably looking at the title of this video and probably thinking that this guy's a bit extreme, or he has very radical views with regards to relationships and monogamy and such forth. But I'm a man that values freedom. Okay, I value freedom. I value openness. I value being genuine. I value having a genuine friendship. That's what I call true friendship. Okay. So I often come across people, not necessarily one person. I've had multiple people, both men and women, telling me about their relationship issues. Okay, about how their partners are not monogamous and how this is destroying their lives, and some of them have even discussed suicide. I'm saying they've got suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideations and such forth. So I'm hoping that this video would possibly be able to help someone out there, or at least have a positive injection into your paradigm or your framework of interpretation. Okay. I always bear this in mind, or I always approach things this way. I always view things in a way that has an emphasis on interpretation. Okay, because certain things happen in our lives, and the way we react to it, or the way that situation affects us, largely depends on our interpretation. Okay, so you find a lot of these monogamous people in monogamous relationships often suffer from the betrayal, or betrayal in inverted commas, or their lack of trust in their partner and such forth, because they might have interest in someone else and such forth, and this is kept on occurring in the past decade, for centuries. It's been going on for a while now, and I just feel as if people are not finding ways to adapt to this societal norm. Largely, it's due to the fact that religion, tradition, society, convention, okay, has conditioned people into believing that relationships or interactions with someone on a deep visceral level should follow a certain itinerary or certain trajectory, more more appropriate, a certain trajectory, where girl meets boy, girl falls in love with boy, girl and boy have a baby, girl cheats on boy, blah blah blah, they break up and such forth. Things do not necessarily have to happen this way. I mean, one has to draw the distinction between love and sex. There has to be a clear-cut dichotomy between the two. Okay? Just because your partner chooses to be with someone else does not necessarily mean that they do not love you. Okay? For the men out there, I mean, you could have the looks of Brad Pitt, the swagger of Denzel Washington, the superpowers of Clark Kent, the sense of humor of a Richard Pryor. Okay? And you could be hung like Mandingo. But your partner is very likely to find someone else attractive, and will find someone else attractive as well. But that does not take away who you are or what you are to her. Okay, many people tend to apply gross oversight and tend to overlook this primal, or not necessarily this very fundamental, essential principle. Okay. Of what goes on inside, and then being worried too much about what other people think of you, and the embarrassment or the humiliation that will bring upon you. Okay, the fact that your partner cheated, in inverted commas again, with someone else. Okay, I look at it this way: you, as a youngster, probably dabbled in in drugs or alcohol or had sex and you did not want your parents to find out when you were younger. Okay, this does not necessarily mean you don't love your parents, does it? Okay, it just means that you are doing what pleases you. Okay, and your parents won't kick you out the house, or if they do, it's a gross indiscretion on their part for doing so. Okay, but the point I'm making here is that you're afraid, you do not want to disappoint. You're afraid of the reaction that will come forth from your partner, so therefore you keep that information tucked in, safely zipped up, in bubble wrap in a big box and all in metal and concrete and such forth, making sure that information goes nowhere. That person never finds out. Okay, but the denominator here is love. Okay, the love exists. Okay, it does not mean necessarily because your partner had sexual relations with someone else that they don't love you anymore. They're just doing what they feel they need to do. Then they're following their heart, their intuition. It feels good for them to do so. Like I mentioned before, with the biological organism moving towards that which gives it pleasure. Okay, so what you can do in this case, just a suggestion. Okay, is become a team with your spouse, your lover, your friend, however you choose to refer to them. This will allow you to be able to nurture the friendship on a deeper level. Okay, beyond the visceral, just you'll get to the nucleus, to the core protoplasm of your relationship. Okay, nurture that, and don't worry about these superficial things and the cosmetic things. These are basic cosmetic things, such as infidelity. Okay, this should not take away from the friendship that you guys have built. And the only time you should actually think otherwise, your only deal breaker should be if that person has a blatant disregard for your well-being. Okay, and is not interested in seeing you develop. Okay. That should be your only deal breaker. But as long as love is the common denominator, keep that fire alive. Okay, so for this week, that's my antidote for the anecdote. I am Absalom. See you next time.